Guys, Luke here, SimBoxx, and this is my prediction for the huge trilogy fight going down in Las Vegas. It's Canelo versus Golovkin 3. Now, an interesting aspect to this fight, given that these guys have already fought twice before, is the fact that this third fight is coming 4 years after the last fight, and also this fight will be up at 168 pounds. Gennady Golovkin is a career middleweight, and although he's physically the bigger man, Canelo has been operating at a higher weight for a number of years now. Canelo, of course, had that fantastic run at 168 pounds, defeating the likes of Billy Joe Saunders, Callum Smith and Caleb Plant. He stepped up to 175 pounds and defeated Sergey Kovalev. And then, of course, last time out, he lost in dramatic fashion to Dmitry Bivol. Gennady Golovkin, since that 2018 second fight with Canelo, he's reclaimed titles at 160 pounds, and he's looked somewhat flawed in some of those victories. You know, Ceres Meta wasn't the greatest fight. Steve Rolls was landing plenty of shots early on against Gennady Golovkin in their fight. So they've both been on different trajectories at this point, and I think coming to Saturday night, like I say, even though Gennady Golovkin is physically the bigger man, he's making his debut at 168 pounds. You know, some will say this is a move long time coming, but it's here now, 168 pounds, and it's all the marbles. It's the undisputed super middleweight titles, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see just how Gennady Golovkin adjusts to this new weight. He's a feared puncher, arguably the most feared puncher of our generation. He's certainly up there with the likes of Naoya Inoue and Deontay Wilder as one of the most feared punchers on the planet. With Canelo, he's fantastic at everything that he does. His footwork, fighting in the pocket, fighting at range, his head movement, it's fantastic. And with Gennady Golovkin and Canelo, you're looking at the elite of the elite. I think these two guys, they both have Hall of Fame worthy careers in their own right, but I think both names will forever be synonymous. They'll be forever tied together, similar to how in the 80s you had the four kings of Duran, Hagler, Hearns and Leonard, Ali and Fraser. Those guys are always mentioned in the same breath, and I think for this era that this is the greatest rivalry of our generation, and the fact that it goes down for the third time is a real treat for boxing fans. Of course, this is being streamed live on DAZN PPV, a controversial decision in its own right here in the UK. My prediction, I think Gennady Golovkin is going to be an interesting prospect, to say the least, at 168 pounds. If he carries that power up, that fair jab that we know he has, that marauding come forward style, if he adds that extra weight, it could be a very, very fearsome prospect. But in Canelo, we're looking at a man that's younger, fresher, more used to the higher weight, and I think that's going to play a factor. I think Gennady Golovkin's advancing years, he's now 40 years of age, will play a part in this fight, and I see Canelo wearing away at Golovkin. I think the early rounds, the first 6 rounds, are going to be highly competitive, but I think Canelo will put his foot on the gas. He'll start landing to Golovkin in a way that we've not seen before, and I think this could be a case of when we see a fighter get old overnight. And Gennady Golovkin is a legend of the game, but I think at 40 years of age, he's there to be stopped for the first time, which might be a controversial pick to some, but I'm going with Canelo stoppage between rounds 7 and 12, second half of the fight, and it'll be a body shot that will do it. Guys, let me know in the comments below your predictions for the fight. Will Canelo win again after the controversy of the second fight, the controversy of the first fight being a draw? Can Golovkin finally get that win on his record over Canelo that he so desperately wants, given that there's so much bad blood and animosity between the pair? It should be a great fight. As always, guys, check us out on social media at SimBoxx1 on Twitter, Instagram, and hit that subscribe button and the notifications to see more prediction videos from me. Thank you.